That's the way to go. I'm just gonna put my stuff down here.
Oh yeah, and I gotta put my phone on silent.
Oops. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, pizza's gonna come soon.
You're excited? No, you're excited about that.
Okay, cool.
You know, in India, if that happens, like, I mean, this might be a little inappropriate for this. But so that happened to one of my friends, and they brought a chicken pizza for a vegetarian, you know, and there was only one vegetarian in the room, and all was for non-vegetarians, and all you have to do is just like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, we have a Brahmin in the room. Brahmins are like vegetarians. Brahmins. We have brand new served chicken over here. Da, 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 da. They come and they give you like 5 pizzas for free. Like, so sorry, touch your feet and stuff.
Yeah, they're cool. I mean, hey, we got a lot of free pizza.
Exactly.
So yeah. All right, cool. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Il Gates here, back with Il Communication, and today we have a very special guest from afar, Kunal Gurbaxani, aka Gurbax.
This is very furry, by the way. It's called the furry room. It's really fucking furry.
It is. It's very furry. But yeah, he's come here all the way from India, and he is visiting and seeing the sights and listening to the sounds, and he's been, you know, regaling us with tales of the EDM explosion going on in India.
Exactly.
It's all very, very exciting.
Yeah,
Thanks so much for joining us.
Man. It's inspiration to be here, for
it's
sure.
Great to have you. It's great to have you.
Yeah.
So, wow. India to America to Dubspot to all over. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey here?
Well, it was America. So it was America to India to America to India.
Oh, okay.
So I started from
So you're born in America?
Born in America.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
Lived here till I was 5. I was actually born in California.
Great.
Yeah, I was born in LA. Then moved to India when I was 5 years old. So all my schooling is pretty much from India. So from 1st to 12th grade, I was in India. Then came back for college. So traditional Indian student. We had engineering, we had lawyers, or we had doctors. That was my 3 options, you know, as a kid growing up, career-wise, right? No music. Came to the US, and I was, you know, while I was in school there, very heavy into metal, right? Because that was the scene in Bangalore, super into metal. We had, you know, Maiden come down, we had Metallica come down. So it was, you know, I was into that culture because that's all the artists we got, right? Came to the US, and I didn't really know anything about electronic music. I was like, dude, what is electronic music shit? I was like, dude, I was like, what is this David Guetta stuff, you know? Came to the US, and I was exposed to the bass music scene in Atlanta, where I did engineering at Georgia Tech, and it opened my mind out to like so many different genres that I never even knew existed, you know? So living in India at that time, we got 6 like live music artists a year, right? And like I was telling him earlier, 5 out of the 6 of them were Bryan Adams, you know? So it was literally like, you know, very, very little exposure, you know? So I came to the US, I was lucky enough to come here, and yeah, it was mind-blowing for me because I was exposed to music that I didn't even know existed. And I mean, electronic music had so many different genres, and I was like, wow, I never heard of this stuff before. And that's when I really got influenced. Yeah?
Sweet. Sweet. So, and then, you know, during your studies, you decided that you would deviate from the
So doing my studies,
lawyer path.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I knew that was never my calling, but at that time, I know that option. I didn't know this thing existed in me where I was like, you know, I loved it, man. It was like part of me. It was a part of me that I discovered by myself, you know, for the first time. So I came here, I did my engineering, and then simultaneously I was, you know, exposed to this music. Went to a lot of fucking shows, in and around Atlanta area, all over. One of those shows was Mr. Il Gates right here, right? I mean,
you never know who you're.
Not even one of them. I think 3-4 of them might have been one of your shows.
So that was probably Al, my manager, who hooked that up. Was it Terminal West?
Terminal West, yeah.
Thanks,
exactly.
Al. We love you, buddy.
Yeah, man. Terminal West. That was my favorite venue. Like, it was hands down where I would go and I would feel like I was at home. You know,
it's a great venue.
I felt like I was like with family because it was just that culture was so strong, you know. And at that time, it was pure. You know, it wasn't adulterated with any like nonsense. It was just you come there, you come there to experience new music, right? You come there with no preconceived notions of what you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear, what's popular. You come there because you trust that this place is like home. And,
yeah, it's a great venue. And the sound is good, the stuff's good, they have good food.
Great food. Now, it's station side, right?
Yeah, this is the first place I ever had tempura avocado.
Oh, yeah?
Next level. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, so cool. I went there a bunch of times, went all over town, you know, bunch of festivals. Got got very, very influenced by it, started getting into DJing slowly, I just bought my first controller. My girlfriend broke up with me, and then I was super depressed, So I was like, let me do something that, instead of wasting my time on the phone or calling someone or constantly thinking about someone,
that's how it starts, man. That's how it starts. You have these emotions.
5-year relationship ended just like that. And suddenly I was like, what do I do with all this free time, And then I was like, let me do something that I really want to do. I got a DJ controller, started messing around with that, got very, 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 I just got deeply, deeply lost in it, That kind of, snowball. And then finally I was like, I came to my last summer in college, and I'd worked every single summer before.
Blow it out. Last summer at college. That's party time right there. That's party time.
I mean, on the flip side, it wasn't really party time. It was like, let me focus on something that I want to do, Because previously, all the times before, I was forced to do it. All my motivations were external. My dad, my mom, my friends. I need to do well because society respects people who do well in college, right? That was my motivation. My motivation was never like, I want to do well because I want to do well.
Yes.
Right? In that kind of path, I landed up at music production school at Dubspot 2 years ago, so 2 summers ago. And man, I woke up every day and all I needed to do was think about music, And it was the most fulfilling, freeing, intense high I've ever felt, actually. And I wanted to go to class. I wanted to do homework. I wanted to work harder than anyone else, not because my dad wanted me to do, not because my mom wanted me to, because I wanted to do it. I wanted to do that, right?
It's your path.
And it felt amazing, and that changed my life, man. After that, I literally could not go back.
So Dan, Giove, if you're watching, these are the lives you changed, buddy.
Exactly.
Dubspot, man. That shit's real.
Oh, you know Dan, right?
Yeah, I know Dan. He's a beautiful soul. He's a beautiful, beautiful soul.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's all the African art around Dubspot. That's from his private collection.
Yeah.
He's very, very serious art collector.
You
really,
know
really nice guy.
A lot of the Ableton certified teachers as well.
Yeah,
right?
and Shifty is there.
Shifty didn't teach me. You know Adriano?
Amazing.
Adriano Clemente. He's
I've swapped some emails
Italian
with
guy.
him. Yeah, I've swapped emails with him, but I've not met him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dubspot's a fantastic school.
Yeah.
If you want the immersive school experience, I would definitely recommend it.
It was a class of just 14 kids, and everyone was there because they were super passionate. It's like everyone was there, and it felt like a community, and because you're in it together. I mean, I love online classes, I love all that stuff, but I felt like being in New York City, was a huge thing. Being in a community where you had so much in common, you could strike up a conversation so easily. Yeah. And everyone was super inspired. You'd come into class and people would be beatboxing, they would be, just jamming out on a MIDI controller, on a Roland or whatever, it's just constant inspiration. Wherever you go, you look left, there's something going on, oh wow, you just look at there. Look straight, something else going on. Look right, there's always something going on there that is just, it just feeds your soul.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, it was awesome. I was just going
super
crazy
cool.
there.
And then during your schooling, you met Marika, who's one of our best friends, and we lived together in this very house.
Exactly. That's so insane, man.
Brought you by, and it's just really it's so great of you to share your enthusiasm and passion with us, and just hearing how things are starting to open up in India. I mean, the Glitch Mob, I don't know if you guys know this, but the Glitch Mob and Pretty Lights just recently played in India.
Skrillex is going to tour in October.
Yeah, and the Lean On video, which shot in India as well.
Exactly.
What can you tell us about how electronic music is impacting India, and how what are there just if you just say a few words about that.
So I mean, right now, see, electronic music in India it's huge. It's actually really huge. We have massive festivals, we have shows happening every couple of months. It's not the level the US is at, but it's definitely really, really big now. But the thing with India is that they've only been exposed to I'd say 1 to 5% of what electronic music is. They've only been exposed to the very, very commercial side of it, right? And it's opening up now. It's opening up a lot. I'm talking about 2 years ago, I'd say. 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So it's at a very, very unique point where people are into the music. They're okay, now we know what electronic music is, but now we're kind of bored of going to the club or going to any club and hearing the same music.
Yeah.
They know they like it, but they want to explore now. And now they're okay, now we're kind of bored of this. Let's see what else exists in the world, right? And we're at the point where now there are a lot of like, I mean, I produce bass music and I've been in love with bass music for like a long time, ever since I came to the US, right? And Pretty Lights was a massive inspiration for me. And the beginnings of dubstep, this, that whole culture was so awesome because for me, I'm kind of digressing a little bit right now.
Hey, digress, man.
I was massively into heavy metal, and the reason why I like heavy metal, I play guitar in bands when I was in school, and I just love the culture. Not the culture. I love the music because I was, if you're a guitarist and if you want to get good, you either into heavy metal or into blues or jazz, right? If you want to get really technically advanced, right?
Yeah.
Like those are your inspirations, where your inspirations come from, right? So that's what I was really into the music, right? But I didn't really relate with the culture of heavy metal, the anger and the hate and the lyrics.
Yeah, it's weird. The next thing you know, you're hanging out with Nazis or something.
Exactly.
You're like, hey, what? I thought we were
That's what I'm saying.
partying.
I love the energy and the heaviness of it.
Yeah.
But I didn't relate with the culture. Dubstep for me, it like encompassed that heaviness and like energy, that raw intensity, but the culture was also amazing. It was
it's still very open,
peaceful, open. You are your family. You come say hey, you hug. It's
it's a different
with
vibe.
friends.
Yeah,
Exactly,
it's a different vibe.
exactly. It's a totally different vibe, but it still had what I loved about metal, which was that heaviness. You could like rage
And
to it,
technical.
technical also.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it was kind of like a very easy transition from heavy metal to electronic in that sense.
And
right?
that's one of the great gifts of dubstep, I think, is it's really it's opened up a lot of people who hate techno or whatever
Exactly.
as open that up to
Yeah, and
electronic
people
music.
keep talking about how dubstep is dead. It's not dead.
No, it's not.
It's so
It's not.
it's so like it still resonates with me. Some of those old tracks.
Oh yeah,
you know?
me too. I love dubstep, and I just I find the whole like dubstep is dead thing. Is I think like a real mainstream kind of EDM thing. And
Exactly.
Then also specifically the article that came out on our website, Produce a DJ, was in reference to a Beatport sales chart where they released their stale. Yeah, this article. RD published it while I was sleeping. I didn't even know he wrote it.
Yeah.
And I woke up and the whole internet wanted to burn my house down.
Oh
It was like ridiculous. But basically, Beatport released this sales charts where you could see by genre, and you could see this spike where dubstep went up and it went down just as quickly. And then they said, they were basically like, here's the sales data, dubstep is dead. So the headline was Beatport sales data, dubstep is dead. And everybody had latched onto the dubstep is dead part. And then I woke up with everybody wanting to burn my house down because they thought I wrote it, right? Because it was on a website. But it was RD's article.
Yeah.
But so nobody around, just to clarify, nobody around here thinks dubstep is dead.
I think you're the last person who says that.
I produce dubstep all day.
Exactly.
But I still run into people who are like, hey man, dubstep's but anyway, dubstep is totally.
So you started that, huh? You started that.
No, it wasn't. No, it was Beatport sales data. But it's hilarious. But I really I think bass music is not going anywhere,
Because it's so diverse. Bass music is not just one thing. Like bass music, I think bass music is awesome for one of the many reasons is because it's not confined to a tempo.
No.
Right?
Which is great. You don't go to band. You don't go to a heavy metal show and be like, you're going to be playing at exactly 210 beats per minute the whole time.
That's why it doesn't matter because you can make funk inspired like bass music. You can make jazz inspired bass music. You can make soul inspired, hip hop inspired, which is trap.
And hip hop too. Hip hop is not defined by genre. Dancehall or tempo. Dancehall is not defined by tempo. I think that's one of the things that we're going to see go.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of the genres were defined, in economic terms, and like when you're selling music to DJs, DJs are like that Zac Efron movie with the trailer where he's like, I play it exactly 123 BPM, and then I turn it up.
It had the worst
DJ side. The DJ side.
All you need is one track, a laptop, and a little bit of talent, and you can be Ill Gates. You can be Ill Gates.
Totally.
That's it.
That's Zac Efron.
You have a little bit of talent, right? Just a little bit of talent. Just a little bit. And one track, right?
One track.
I want one track.
That's it. It's just that one.
And do you have a laptop?
I do. I have a couple. I have a couple. I have two laptops. Yeah. That's why I'm twice as famous. 2 laptops right there. But fucking ridiculous, But I think we're gonna stop seeing these genres that are defined by tempo because that's just not how music is distributed anymore.
Yeah.
Music is distributed person to person based on a vibe, based on a feeling, And bass music is like, if you're listening to a sound system and you're not hitting the bottom,
Yeah.
why even bring a giant sound system, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, it's like if you're listening to sound system music,
Yeah.
you're listening to bass music. It's
Exactly.
not going anywhere. It's a feeling. It's like a body thing.
Exactly.
that
It's a
is-
body thing, dude. It's like,
just, and you get it. You don't need
Exactly.
you don't need
You
to
don't
go to
need
music school. You don't need to watch MTV. You don't need
Exactly.
anything.
You
You just
don't
get in front of a sound system and the subs punch you in the stomach and shake your eyeballs.
And then you're like, what
I'm on the team.
exactly.
I'm on the
dude.
team, you know?
And that's what happened to me, dude. I came to India and I got hit. I was like, what is going on right now, dude? And it was nuts, man. Like, and that's the thing. You don't need to grow up in the culture to be a part of the culture.
No.
You can grow up in a different continent and come here and be influenced in 1 second.
Totally. You
Exactly,
just,
man.
Just hits
Yeah.
you like a
In
freight
1
train. You're just
second,
like,
dude.
You don't even have to be on drugs. Just get
Exactly.
that volume
Exactly.
loud enough.
Exactly.
Bass is a drug, man.
Yeah, man.
Just hook it up.
Yeah.
Hook it up. I played in Laos actually. My wife Nunik, she's from Laos and she
Recent wife.
Yeah,
Wish
recent
him,
wife,
wish him,
yeah.
wish him.
Burning Man. That's why the speakers are missing.
Oh, yeah.
Is because they're getting the dust, the playa dust, cleaned off from Burning Man. But yeah, my wife Nunik, she's from Laos. So one year for Christmas, I decided that it would be a good idea for us to go to Laos, and we went to Laos, and it was the day after Christmas, and
Sure.
Tiger Beer is a Thai beer, and they had like a sponsored kind of stage set up where they had this big fancy LED wall stage set up and a sound system, and it was playing like, you know, David Guetta, just like boom, 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 like jacking, like house music. And then they had like American like WWF wrestling on the screens and no performers to be seen.
Yeah.
And everybody's just drinking free beer. And
Yeah.
I was like, who's organizing this shit show? This is ridiculous, right? So we went up to them and I asked, and I was like, hey, you know, do you guys need a DJ? And they were like, oh, you're from America and you're a DJ? I was like, yeah, it's my job, paid for the trip, right? So, you know, and they were like, oh, go get your stuff. So the next day I came back and I was like, okay, well, let's see. Because I mean, Laos, there's like curfew and stuff, you know,
What
like
time?
I think it's 11 p.m. curfew in the
11 p.m.?
whole country. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's like proper.
India's bad, dude. India's like 1:30 now.
This country,
Holy shit,
right?
dude.
So all the parents, they're all sitting there. They do this thing where they drink the beer, where they have a big glass of ice, and you pour the beer into the glass of ice, and they go cup, 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 which means like drink, and you drink before the ice melts so you save the ice for the next person. So the beer gets cold really fast. And then they all sit at these tables and they're playing this drinking game.
Yeah.
And like the adults were all like, what's going on? And I was like, you know, Koi Hak Chow, which means like I love you. And like Koi Hak Patat Lao, which is like I love the Lao people.
Yeah.
And like, let's get ready for some bass music. They're all like, who's this fucking ridiculous white guy on the stage? And I don't know if they were still playing WWF behind me, but anyway,
But they
so
raged.
hit the bass button. Parents were so confused, but the kids were just like head banging, hand swatting, just like like a couple of them started wrestling. And
Oh my God,
it was just
dude.
like they just got right into it, and you don't. There's very little explanation needed,
Yeah.
and I think that's like
That's exactly what it is, man.
yeah. So I'm so fucking curious to see what's gonna happen. So okay, so give us like a breakdown of India, the party scene. How's the impact going? Like, where are the centers?
Okay.
Why is it
Sure.
taking off in certain areas or not?
Exactly. So what I'll tell you right now is probably the big, I guess, the umbrella of what's going on in terms of the Indian mindsets, right? And this is just my opinion. I mean, I'm not.
That's
giving
cool.
any-
Yeah, it's
My opinion is this:
a YouTube show,
Indians,
nobody's
no,
gonna- Yeah, it's
I mean,
all
I don't want to create some like big controversy.
it's all good, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So, in my opinion, right now, for music, right, the Indian mindset is that when you go to a club, you want to hear the tracks that you know. You want to hear what you already are familiar with, right?
Yeah.
And that is the majority, right? That's always been the majority.
Yeah, it's not-
clubbing
it's
is
not
clubbing.
unusual internationally,
Clubbing
yeah.
means you go to a club to socialize with your friends, and there's some DJ playing there, but you know, whatever. I'm not really looking at it, right?
Yeah.
The live music culture, right, which is now, you know, electronic music is being embraced in that culture, right? Because, you know, I mean, now the festivals have bands and DJs, and it's not just bands with instruments, right? DJs are getting more respect slowly as a live musician, right? So DJs or live music in India is not that culture, that family is, I mean, the kind of the envelope that comes around it. That culture is like, okay, I want to go to a club, I want to go to a venue and listen to something new and be exposed to different things and be inspired. That culture is growing. It's not at the point where the US is. So slowly, you see that there are more and more Indians that are like open to hearing new sounds, right? And not just going to a club. Because see, I mean, you can be in India and you can be playing the best out of your life. But if someone is in there and wants to hear David Guetta, they're going to be pissed off regardless of whether you play the best out of your life.
That's the same
right?
everywhere.
Exactly.
That's the same everywhere.
No, but I mean, over here at least you have enough people around you to, where you can make a living off of it, right? I mean, you have fans that are like super into the music. I mean, any person in the scene who has reached, the level of any kind of producer that around you and, your style has a fan following where you can sustain yourself, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need every single, person to enjoy your music.
Yeah, you don't need all the people.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but in India, that gap is not as big as small as it is over here. Over there, it's more like, okay, I want to go to a club just to like fuck around and talk to my friends. And here it's like, okay, I want to go to a club to really vibe with music and see it and like experience it and feel it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a different approach.
It's slowly. So that's what it's saying. So it's growing. It's growing fast. It's like what I was telling him. It's like what the US was like 5-6 years ago. When
because it used to be house music or nothing.
Exactly.
Pretty much everywhere. It used to, even drum and bass was a tough sell. Like
Exactly. So that thing is slowly they're slowly coming together, and that's why I saw opportunity to go back and to start something new because it was very fulfilling to me. I was fortunate enough to come to the US and be exposed to all this music. To go back to India and like. And play this music that, I mean, the regular person would not be able to hear. I mean, not everyone's as fortunate like me. I mean, I'm very happy to have been able to come here, right? So your regular average Joe would not have, been able to come to the States and experience it the same way I have. So it's very fulfilling for me to come and play music that they wouldn't have been able to hear before.
Yeah.
Right? And I find it's almost like I'm making them. I mean, for me, I was super influenced by music. So even if I've got like one person there who's like me, who is like in the same position.
That's the way I.
That's exactly.
Approach it
that's
too,
the way I see it, man. And that's what drives it more than anything else. It's not anything else,
cool.
man. Yeah.
Super cool. Mm-hmm. So okay, so let's just like because I think a lot of people, especially a lot of our viewers are probably a lot of North Americans, not necessarily like super versed on like which cities in India are doing what. So you're from Bangalore.
I'm from Bangalore, yeah. Okay. Bangalore's in the south, right? So I'd say there are like 5 or 6 big metropolitan cities in India. There's Bangalore, there's Delhi, there's capital, there's Bombay, there's Hyderabad, there's Kolkata, Chennai is coming up as well. Chennai is also, they have very good party scene because they're up till 4 a.m. I mean, that's the curfew for them. In Bangalore, it's 1 a.m. So it's very, yeah. So shit starts very, very early in Bangalore. So, I mean, before it was 11 p.m.
Jeez.
And no, listen to this. 11 p.m. and there was a time in India when I was in the 10th grade, I'd say like 3, 4, maybe like 6-month period where dancing was banned at clubs.
Dancing was banned?
Dancing was banned at clubs.
That's craziness.
Like, what the fuck?
How do they define dancing? Dude? Like, what if you were like, oh, I'm going to pick up my cup. No, I'm not. I'm going to pick up my cup again. Like, is that
I think what they mean is dancing, like, because they're still very, very, very conservative over there.
Yeah.
So at that point, it was a lot worse. So they don't want, guys and girls, like, whatever,
Okay, so no daggering. No daggering.
But in the process, they just banned the whole thing.
The whole thing.
So like, what the fuck? What are you going to do? You go and you just sit down and just listen to the music. Like, what's going on? Like in 10th, that was 10th standard for me, man. That was 10th grade for me.
Okay, cool. So so we've got these acts coming through, and there's the mainstream acts and there's the underground, and as I understand, you were running a weekly.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So. Tell us about your weekly. Like, who would you have play at the weekly?
For sure. Yeah. So when I started in Bangalore, it was about a year and a half ago in May. So I went back. I graduated. Went back because like I said, I thought it was a good opportunity to go back. Went back to Bangalore and I got the opportunity to start a weekly event at this club called Sanctum, and honestly, I was. I mean, I don't know whether this is for fact or not, but in my mind, I'd never been to a trap, dubstep, electro hop weekly event in Bangalore. So I think I started the first one, right? There.
Up top, baby. Yeah.
So
Nice work.
but that was more like my residency where
Yeah.
I played every week. I headlined every week, and I also brought in other acts to kind of like start the night and open it up, and just start that kind of culture. So that's kind of where like I was able to reach out to a lot of different people, because a lot of people heard about that event, because they're not, the weekly event wise, there was not that much happening. See, drum and bass is big in Bangalore, or it used to be big, right?
Learn something new every day.
Drum and bass was massive in Bangalore for a period of time, and this guy called Vachan Chinnappa was like spearheading it, and shout out to Vachan Chinnappa if he hears this. But yeah, so he was spearheading that movement. Then that kind of like it went its own course. Then I started this weekly event, and that went really well for a long time. And that's kind of how I was able to permeate into the scene. And I got a bigger gig, and then a bigger gig, and then a bigger gig, and then I finally started doing bigger shows. Started going outside of Bangalore. Went multiple cities around. Assam, Bombay, Goa, Pune, Bhubaneswar, random cities like. Where people, like I was telling him, where people have not even, like, they never experienced live electronic music before.
Yes.
And, like, it's crazy because, like...
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Wobble Maharajas. Yeah, big shouts out. I know you're holding it down.
Yeah. I'm the bad.
We appreciate it.
We'll meet you.
Big
we'll
up.
meet you soon. Yeah, so it's these cities that, like, literally, the club scenes are small, which is, like, the regular, like, music. So when you go to the events I play, there were college gigs. So it's literally like in India they have these college festivals where it's like 5-6 days. They have cultural events like debates, dances, this and that. So it's like very it's like a festive season for the college kids. And one of the nights will have like a DJ night. That's what they call it, DJ night. And I worked through VH1 Supersonic, which is one of the two big event management and everything. They do a lot of different events, and obviously they have their own channel, this and that. So I worked with them for a bit, and they did a lot of college gigs. So they go to college and just set up their system, and boom, bring a DJ, and that's it. And they've been really, really pushing the bass scene. They've been doing a lot of
Thanks.
And they're massive. They're massive, and they've been helping a lot in doing the non-safe musical like genres.
Taking some risks.
Exactly.
Pushing the envelope.
So they've been booking me, and I've done a lot of college gigs through them, and it's just like 500,000 people, like all kids, your target audience who've never heard electronic music before. So it's like the opportunity is nuts,
Yeah, it's wild.
Like, it's crazy.
It's wild.
Like, it's like a bunch of me's over there, and I'm like going mad. I'm playing the favorite tracks that I used to listen to a long time ago, as well as stuff that I've made, and it's brilliant, dude. It's like the best feeling in the world, man. Like I'm so
excited that this is such a great interview.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. So let's talk about your music.
Sure.
So Dubspot. So you went to Dubspot. Sure. You're making music. Where can people listen to your music? Where can people check you out?
You can check me out on Facebook, on SoundCloud. On Facebook, my name is Gurbax, Gurbax. On SoundCloud, it's also you go to my Facebook, you'll get all the links and stuff. But mainly I work through Facebook. I'm not very social networky. I am super social networky on Facebook, but then I feel like I'm wasting time on Facebook, so that's why I haven't opened up a Twitter account.
You don't want to know who's fucking who and who's getting fat.
Exactly. No,
terrible.
I'm very active on Facebook, but then that makes me feel guilty, so I'm not on Twitter. I was like, dude, enough for social network.
Hey, Twitter, I like Twitter way better.
I know,
than Facebook,
everyone's been saying that, man. I know.
The graphic design is more annoying, but the actual website is much better.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I don't know why I'm on
Twitter. Don't worry about it.
But Facebook.
Okay,
Facebook.
So and then the tracks that you were playing upstairs were wicked, super funky,
so much.
lots of flavor, lots of samples, melodic progressions, all kinds of stuff. Where can people download your music?
On SoundCloud. Everything's on SoundCloud right now for me. I'm in the works of getting my own website up. That'll be up soon.
But this SoundCloud, SoundCloud/Gurbax is...
Yeah, SoundCloud. So it's SoundCloud/Kunal Gurbaxani. But you'll find my link on Facebook as well. Right,
okay.
So that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your favorite thing that you learned at Dubspot?
See, the favorite thing for me was that I came to class every day and I was blown away. Like, what I learned one day, the second day would take me deeper and like wider. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I was just going in one direction, right? It was like I went deeper, and then someone came and blew that out of the water, and then you can go here. Someone blew that out of the water, you can go there. Someone blew that, you can go there.
Just having your mind blown every day.
Mind blown every day. Ableton, man. Ableton is just like,
pretty cool.
It's like your own world. It's like you can get lost. And that's what I love. It's like, you can fuck around for like an hour and just never, I mean, you can always experience something new, right?
Cool.
And I mean, technically, obviously, I was, I learned a lot. But, I mean, emotionally and inside the soul, I was like, dude, I'm getting blown every single second. Is there something new happening? That was very inspiring for me.
Really cool.
And obviously, I mean, shout out to Abe, to Adriano, to DJ Kiva, to Iris, like all those guys, man. Like it was very, very inspiring for me. So they changed my life for sure.
Super cool.
They changed my life for sure. And I got a chance to meet Adriano and a bunch of other people when I was in New York a few weeks ago. So that was like, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, hey, thank you so much for stopping by the Furry Room.
Thank you, man. Thank you. This is massive because I've watched you on this thing from India, from Bangalore.
Now you know. Now you've been
mind blown right
Wicked.
now.
Well, cool. Well, may your mind be blown every day.
Cheers, man.
For the rest of your life. Much love.
You can pretend there's a drink in there.
Yeah, I'll pretend there's a drink.
Done.
Thank you for watching. So much love, everyone. And I guess we'll catch you on a dance floor in Bangalore.
Woo! Yes!
There you go.